Hi folks, this is going to be my just shut the fuck up video. I got 3 topics to talk about really quickly because I got to go to the doctor once again today. Today is the 29th day of March 2022. It is Tuesday. It is early, about goodness knows 8:30. Goodness knows, listen to that. And it's a nice day down here in Tampa, Florida. Let's hope my car starts so I can get us to the fucking doctor. What a piece of shit. Anyway, my just shut the fuck up video. Bernie Sanders. Bernie just shut the fuck up. Today I stand in solidarity with the Ukrainian people against this war, with the Russian people who are demonstrating against their corrupt, reckless president who started it. I've heard enough about the damn emails. Get out there and vote for Hillary. Israel has a right to defend herself. Now you shut up. I don't know where the came from. Shut the fuck up, Bernie. No one thinks you're progressive anymore. No one thinks you're a socialist anymore. You fucking sheepdogged for fucking Hillary Clinton. I'm tired of the fucking emails. I'm not going to talk about the email. You could have fucking wiped the floor with her after what she did. You could have wiped the floor with her. And you did, really. But they stole it. So you kept your mouth shut. You did your fucking job. And you got a nice little lake house. A cabin by the lake as payment for it, didn't you? You fucking piece of shit. Shut the fuck up. No one believes in you anymore. Luca Clemente brought my attention to this. Thank you very much. He also mentioned Navalny. He's pissed off because Navalny. Listen, the reckless president who started it. He didn't start it. I've told you guys 1,000 fucking times. If I've told you once, we started it. We were sending extra munitions over there in December in preparation for this. And then we had the Ukrainian army start shelling the shit out of the people of Donbass, killing people, 14,000, between 12 and 14,000 since 2014. No one gave a shit about them then. Stand with the people of Ukraine? Really? No, that's not what you're doing. Here's what you're standing with. Here's what Bernie's standing with. Here's what everybody with those little fucking yellow and blue flags next to their name on Twitter is standing with. It's not hard. BlackRock CEO, Larry Fink. Super wealthy dude. He and State Street and fucking Vanguard, those 3 are projected to own everything by 2030. Every fucking thing. Look it up. Russia-Ukraine war to trigger New World Order. BlackRock CEO. Russia's war in Ukraine will trigger a new world order, taking globalization into a different phase, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink told an investment company conference on Monday. Remember I showed you the other day Joe Biden giving a speech talking about how, there's inevitably going to be a new world order and we got to be out in front of it and we got to control it. I forgot to mention where he was. It was a fucking conference for the Business Roundtable. Business! Ooh. The smartest guys in the room. What do you do? Business. Ooh. Ooh. My heart is a flutter. Here's the World Economic Forum. They're talking about $50 trillion. Who is that? Dude looks really fucking familiar.
the transition that we are going to be undergoing related to sustainability is a huge economic opportunity. We're going to be creating new technologies, new industries, as other industries are going to become less important. But let's be clear, let's focus on society's acceptance to create new jobs, to create new technologies, to move forward. We're going to need $50 trillion of investing.
50 trillion fucking dollars. God damn, think of the fucking fun you can have with that. I wonder if Bernie will get another lake house for sheepdogging the fucking left into this goddamn dystopian nightmare. So what's he talking about? 50 trillion to bring about the sustainable development goals, and we're going to change globalization. Our neoliberal system is about to fall apart, and the people with the pitchforks and the fucking torches are going to come after us. So what we got to do is we got to give them another bullshit fucking system that'll take another 80 years to fall apart. But then we'll figure out something else by then. Or we'll just use the fucking stuff from COVID-19 and bring about that fucking change. Thank goodness for COVID-19. Wink, wink, wink. To the point where they won't be able to fight back in 80 years when this fucking new bullshit system of ours falls apart. And we are super God, Jesus, Catholic Church rich. That's what they're doing. And Putin is in the way. Bernie. So Bernie, wait a minute, not done yet. You think this is just some jackass? You think it's some jackass at some fucking thing talking to hear his head rattle? No one's listening to him? You know what those fucking symbolize, right? That's the UN fucking symbol for Sustainable Development Program 2030. Oh, look at that. Around the same time when he's going to own every fucking thing. And there they are. With their little pins. Hey, I'm on board. I'm on board. I'm with you guys. Sycophants. Sycophants. Letting Massa know they can count on me. I'm solid. Like that guy and fucking that new prosecutor that fucking Biden put in place in Ukraine. When the old prosecutor was going to fucking kick his business, the business that gave his son $1 million a year job for doing nothing, no show, out of fucking Ukraine, out of the country. I'm solid. Here's my lapel pin. I'm on board. So, Bernie, shut the fuck up. Some of us know what Russia's all about, what the Russian-Ukrainian conflict is all about. Some of us understand it and see the bigger picture. Why it is exactly that we won't allow the puppet Zelensky to actually negotiate a truce with fucking Russia. Why we won't allow the puppet Zelensky to denazify the country, to denazify the government, denazify the fucking military. We won't allow it. Why? Because we're not done getting rid of fucking Putin. After all, that is the objective, as Joe Biden accidentally let slip the other day. Okay? So that's the first thing. Bernie, shut the fuck up. Now the next one, I don't have a goddamn bunch of things on Twitter for you, but or images for you, or articles for you. I'm just going to talk about it off the top of my head. If you're into this whole fucking the Will Smith and Chris Rock thing was staged, shut the fuck up. Shut up. I studied acting. I was a professional actor for a little while, a couple of years after college. Got sick of being around actors, and went in a different direction. But I've studied stage combat, fencing, physical, hand-to-hand. I've studied it. Smack on fucking Chris Rock, not stage combat. Delivered by a guy who studied fucking fighting in the same since. Of course, obviously, he's done more. But not stage combat. People say it was all fucking staged. It was staged. For what? A distraction. A distraction. It was a staged fucking distraction. Okay, let's work this out as an intellectual exercise, shall we? You bring in Chris Rock a week before the fucking Oscars, and you bring in fucking Will Smith. I'd love to know the guy who is capable of selling this fucking pitch to these two guys. Okay, look. Chris, Will, we need a distraction because Biden's laptop. So what we need you to do is we need you to come walking up on stage, smack the shit out of Chris, and then walk off all fucking, adjusting your suit and all full of yourself. And then sit down and then yell some obscenities at him and make yourself look like a fucking total jackass. Now, here's what's going to happen, Will and Chris. First of all, Chris, you're going to be not reacting to it. You're not going to punch him back. It's basically going to make you a cuck's bitch. And it's going to be the most insulting thing a black man can do to another black man. Punching him's one thing, but bitch slapping him? Really insulting. So, you're going to have to just suck it up and take that. Okay, Chris? Because laptop. Now, Will, here's the thing. It's going to be kind of tough on you, too, because you're probably going to win an Oscar. And instead of the story being the next day, Will Smith, a fine actor, finally wins his Oscar, the story's going to be Will Smith is a total fucking jackass who's cucked. Laptop. Keep that in mind, guys. Biden. Now, what's also going to happen is you're going to call attention to Jada. And people, like myself, who didn't know anything about, entanglements, are going to fucking Google Jada and you, and they're going to see the red table fucking talk and the entanglements, and you sitting there like a bitch being talked to down from her high horse with the legs folded up in her chair, your wife, making you look like a simp, making you look weak. It's also going to make her, your wife, look bad because she likes to go out and fuck boys who are the same age as her son. That's going to make her look bad. That's going to make you look bad on the night that you're going to finally win the Best Actor award that you've deserved, probably for Ali, but that you've deserved for a long, long time. Okay? But keep in mind, Biden. And they signed up for it. If you believe that it was all a distraction, that it was faked, then that's what you believe. Then that pitch and that meeting had to have occurred. We say, well, maybe it wasn't about fucking distractions, Scott, because, of course, let's be honest. What did they really expect to happen on Monday? All the normies to go, God damn, look at that. They fucking made COVID-19 so they could bring about the Great Reset, so they could get all the fucking sustainability buttons and get the $50 trillion and make us ready for that and to accept the digital IDs, and fucking 9/11 was an inside job. Ah! Do you really think that was supposed to happen Monday? What exactly were they distracting people from? There's nothing. Because now it's 24 hours later and the story's gone, and the normies aren't sitting there going, wow, I guess there was a window of opportunity for normies to figure some shit out, right? Right? And they just had to have something big to distract from that. No, I don't think that was the case. Well, Scott, he came out and apologized, and it's all about making toxic masculinity look bad. Let me explain something to you. I'm a big guy. I've been a big guy pretty much my whole life. Learned very early that you don't walk around with your head tucked over and your shoulders slumped because you don't feel confident and comfortable being a big guy. You carry yourself the way you're supposed to carry yourself. But that also means you don't walk around smacking people when they disrespect you, simply because you're big and you can get away with it. There's ways to be masculine. There are levels to this shit. There are rules to this shit. Little Napoleonic guys smacking everybody because they're trying to fucking make themselves feel bigger. Big guys, like Will Smith, should have learned that lesson long ago. But of course, we know why he took out his frustrations on Chris. After laughing at first at the joke and then realizing his wife is like... And so, of course, then he snapped. That's not toxic masculinity. That's toxic cuckness. To be fair, to be honest. And that's a guy thinking that he is entitled enough to do that stupid shit in order to try to regain some fucking respect from the streets, because everyone knows who's fucking his wife. So, it was never about toxic masculinity. There was nothing masculine about some guy who weighs 230 pounds walking up and smacking a guy who weighs 150 pounds. Who couldn't do anything to reply to it anyway. He couldn't give him a receipt for it anyway, because he's on live national television. It was a pussy move, not toxic masculinity. So, no. And of course, if you think it was all about toxic masculinity and showing that toxic masculinity is wrong and that's why they staged it, let me ask you another question. Once again, do you really think they would use a black man, especially one who's about to win a fucking Oscar for the first time, and then have that whole conversation with him, just remove the Biden laptop and Biden part and put in toxic masculinity, put that in the same conversation? It doesn't fucking work. There is no metric by which this was staged. Not because the ratings are slumping. No one's talking about the Oscars. Now the Oscars are a fucking joke. Uncle Hotep did this cool thing. He always does this Tobias character, and it really is funny. Someone should make someone from Netflix should see that shit and say, look, let's just make this into a fucking Netflix show and call up fucking Uncle Hotep and say, let's make it into a Netflix show because it's funny. But one of the things he was talking about is, he has this Tobias character is, you can't let these people, I'm not going to say the word, he uses the word, but I'm not going to say the word, into the big house, massa, because they just fuck shit up. And that was a thing going on for a while. That was a meme going on for a while. Listen, you got to get this fucking right. Well, this is the Oscars. This ain't BET. But that was the thing. Do you really think that is the goddamn response they wanted people talking about after the Oscars? Sometimes a banana is just a banana, and sometimes an asshole is just a fucking asshole. I can't believe... Listen, if he was masculine, then during that red table talk of hers with him, he would have taken his fucking wedding ring off. He'd have to go like that, take the wedding ring off, put it right dead smack in the center of the table, take his fucking lavalier, whatever the fucking microphone is off his fucking lapel. Put that calmly down on the table. And go straight to find the nearest divorce lawyer. That's masculine. That's masculinity. You screwed a boy the same age as a kid? You think she would have stayed with him if he had screwed a girl the same age as their kid? Or one of their kid's friends? That's masculinity. Masculinity is if you do have a problem with someone making fun of your wife's hair because he doesn't know that she's sick, then you sit there and smile and you look at your wife and that's cool. And then afterwards, you say, hey, Chris, come here, I want to talk to you for a second. And then you give him a little pop in private, man to man. What the fuck you doing talking about my goddamn wife? Don't do that. That's masculinity. It's out of place in this case, but that's how shit is done. Staged? No. Asshole? Yes. So if you're sitting around running around saying it was all staged because of laptops or because of toxic masculinity or because of fucking Oscars ratings, shut the fuck up. And lastly, we're going to talk about this piece of shit. Cassidy Campbell. Comedian. He does a lot of these. Why? Because it's a fucking county commission thing. And because he lives in the county, he has to be allowed 2 minutes to do his little scenes. And they record it. And so, as a comedian and actor, wannabe, he's doing this stupid shit. Now he's got his fucking picture of the last one. And they're all about transgender people. Transgender fucking Karens. Freaking the fuck out. Flipping the fuck out. And doing these little fucking stereotypical trans person acts. Let me explain something to you. I don't support the idea of men claiming they're women and then competing as women in women's sports. It should not be allowed. And recently, there was great attention paid to this swimmer, and more importantly, to all the other women in the NCAAs who were competing, who unfortunately lost to this jackass. Dude still has a dick, by the way. But he's transgender. He was ranked 432nd in the NCAA men's. And then he's now ranked first in women's. I don't agree that they should be allowed to compete with the women on any level, whether it's professional basketball. Could you imagine if LeBron James suddenly decided, he's losing now and he's not being able to do any fucking thing in fucking the Lakers, so he shaves his beard, he puts on the fucking wig, and now he wants to play in the WNBA. He'd score 600 points a fucking quarter. Not a night, not a game, a quarter. But aside from that, look, here's the deal. You can go up there to the county commission and make a reasoned argument. And it'll be recorded, and people will look at you and say, oh, okay, let me think about it. When you do this stupid shit, insulting fucking shit, homophobic shit, when you do this shit, let me give you an example. I'm just saying, if you're fucking retweeting this asshole, any of his multiple fucking videos doing this, stop. Just shut the fuck up. And to Cassidy, shut the fuck up. If he didn't like black people, out there making an argument for reparations, do you think it would be okay for him to put on blackface and white lips, hold a chicken leg in one hand and a watermelon in the other, and go out there to a fucking county commission thing and start screeching in his black man voice, acting like the worst fucking racist trope of any fucking black man ever in the world? And would you share it? Of course you wouldn't. But because they're trans. Now, I'm not big on fucking Israel either. But if the Israelis are pushing for some kind of shit so they can wipe out and steal some more of the Palestinians' land, and he comes out there with these fucking little, whatever those things are, and his black hat and his black outfit, and he's all hunched over, and he's got a fake big old fucking hook nose on his face, and he's got little money stuffed in his fucking pockets, and he starts doing all this bullshit fucking anti-Semitic racist tropes about Jewish people, and he starts delivering his fucking lines like that. Would you fucking share it? The answer is no. You'd hit report, and rightly so. There's ways to do things. He's just trying to make himself a name to get some followers so he can get paid. That's all he gives a shit about. And he found a subsection of our society that he can do these fucking things targeting. And no one calls him out on it. They should. So, if you're retweeting his shit, shut the fuck up. Cassidy, shut the fuck up. You want to make an argument, but apparently you're not smart enough. All you can do is this shit. This guy literally, back in the 50s and the 40s, would have been dressed up in blackface with big old fucking afro wigs and a chicken in one hand and a watermelon in the other. Tell this guy to go fuck off and stop retweeting his shit, please. There you go. That's my shut the fuck up video for the month. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm off to the doctor. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.